up, my sweet little garbanzo beans? Welcome to this reading for all my little babes out there who have their South Node in Cancer. I want to apologize, by the way, if y'all can hear the lawnmower in the background. We have the landlord's doing some, not landscaping, not groundskeeping, I don't know, maintenance. It's the lawn. The lawn is being cut. It's very nice of them, but it is a little loud, so I do apologize if you can hear that. But, excuse me. So, before we kind of dive in, I just kind of want to touch on what this reading is really supposed to be for. So, in your natal chart, there are a couple of different placements that may kind of indicate past life energy. And for those of you who, are not really sure what your natal chart looks like, I will include a link in the description box to a site where you can generate a free natal chart report. I'm not affiliated with nor sponsored by the site in any way, shape, or form. I just like it. So if you are interested in kind of getting a better feel for what that looks like, you can do that. I do also offer in-depth natal chart readings, and I will post the link for that in the description box below as well. But when looking at your natal chart, your South Node is one of the placements that can kind of talk about past life energies. And I think it's important to mention, it's going to be different for everybody based on your personal past life experiences. It's also going to be different depending on what house it's in and what it's aspected with or by. So just keep that in mind. But, really and I also want to mention too, your South Node doesn't necessarily indicate the only past life that you've ever experienced or the only past life energy that you have experienced. It doesn't even necessarily have to be the most prominent one. This is just the past life energy that's most coming into play in this lifetime. And this is really what this reading is here to take a look at, is to kind of see, how your past life energy, as told by your South Node, may be affecting and impacting this lifetime. So, now that I got all my little disclaimers out of the way, I pulled the Cancer card to kind of signify you lovely folks out there. And let me see. So the words here are feeling, sympathetic, comforting, nostalgic, protective, intuitive, birthing, tender, nocturnal, caring, moody, receptive, lunar, sentimental, introverted, defensive, and family-oriented. Okie dokie. So some of the things that this can kind of talk about with Cancer in your South Node, Cancerian energy, this traditionally rules the fourth house. This is very much the house of home and family. This is also your emotional foundations and to an extent kind of like who you are behind closed doors. This is also very maternal energy because Cancer is ruled by the moon. And this is a very highly sensitive energy as well. So with having Cancer in your South Node, the biggest overarching kind of themes that you would see is that this could really talk about needing to, and like I said, your South Node is considered your past life energy because it's the energy that you've mastered, right? So you have your North and South Node, and they're always opposites on the wheel of the zodiac. And the goal is to try to embrace the energy of your North Node and detach a little bit from the energy of your South Node because you've already mastered this energy, and by moving toward your North Node, you can achieve greater balance, right, and greater harmony and be in greater harmony within yourself. And that's kind of how, why it's set up the way it is. So with this being your South Node and the need to kind of detach from this Cancerian energy, this, to me, your South Node, because you're being asked to detach from it, again, it's either something that you've mastered, which means you've mastered the light and the shadow attributes, but because you're being asked to detach from it, it brings to mind more of the shadow elements here. So because of that, This may really talk about past life energy where, this is like, I guess I'll say overly maternal for lack of a better word. So this is somebody who is, who's very sensitive, who's very emotional, who's very intuitive as well, very spiritually gifted or very psychically sensitive. And like, again, overly maternal. So this might be really talking about this, past life energy of putting other people before yourself all the time, always feeling like you need to be nurturing the people around you, right? Kind of like, oh gosh, I had the word for it and it totally just fell right out of my brain. Oh my goodness gracious. Shoot, it'll come back to me when it's ready. But yeah, this is very much being, because this is water energy, this is being like in your feelings to the point where it's hard to achieve balance, right? And I'm not saying being in your feelings is a bad thing. Feelings are good things. But, much like any element, any representation with the wheel of the zodiac, being too in your head, too in your emotions, too focused on material things, too, too passionate, too spiritually excited. Like, I don't say too spiritual, but I mean like to the point where it's hard for you to function in everyday reality. It's just important to find balance is essentially what I'm trying to say in a very long-winded and circuitous way. So South Node in Cancer can kind of talk about maybe being a little bit too in your feelings. It can also talk about being incredibly sensitive to the point where it can be hard to function. And I mean that emotionally and spiritually, again, intuitively, very, very sensitive. This is very psychic energy. And yeah, so what I'm kind of picking up on in this in particular is I'm almost getting this feeling of being, because this is very much caretaker energy, right? Like very maternal energy. I'm kind of getting the feeling for this reading that this kind of revolves around a past life experience where maybe you were always caretaking for other people, always putting other people first, or that there was, I'm kind of picking up on this like position of spiritual power, right? So maybe this is kind of like a little bit shamanistic, or, maybe this is like, like being a healer of some kind. And I feel like being very misunderstood or underappreciated is really the energy that's coming to mind. And I feel like this might be playing out in this life. Again, if you kind of have these qualities and you're, because your South Node could also talk about, since you've mastered this energy, just kind of what you like, you might default to a little bit, especially like because it's what you're supposed to be like detaching from, default in such a way or at such times where it's just really not serving you anymore. So this to me is kind of, this can kind of talk about defaulting to like people pleasing behaviors, to being like the mom friend, but to the point where, you might be kind of accepting less than you deserve. You might be kind of selling yourself short. That's the phrase. There we go. I was like, oh, what is it? Oh, I don't know if you guys can see. There's a little teeny tiny like beetle behind this little candle, and I love that it's part of the action. Sorry, I just noticed that, and it's really, really cute. Oh my god, I love him. So yeah, this is kind of the major themes that we're seeing with Cancer, South Node in Cancer. I am going to, though, pull you guys a past life card so we can dig a little bit deeper into what this means. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, there's a bunch of cards just flipped over. Okay. I just need like one. Come on, guys. You got this. Now they're mad. They're like, no, if you won't take our pile of cards, you don't get one. That's not it. Oh, it's this one. Okie dokie. So, y'all got... Ooh, okay, you got ships. Okay. So I like that we have more water energy here as well. So again, past life energy, you may have been somebody who, was on boats a lot or who sailed a lot. You could have been kind of part of this, like, what I kind of feel like I'm almost picking up on? Again, we were talking about kind of like shamanistic vibes. I almost feel like this is a scenario in this past life where there may have been like kind of like this may have been like where there are settlers landing, and I almost kind of feel like this energy is like trying to welcome newcomers, trying to show them the ways of like trying to show them like your like your community's ways of living and your community's wisdom. Like this is, I'm getting that feeling of like this is like communal wisdom. Again, this is like the wisdom keeper, and trying to impart that. And I feel as if this did not go very, very well. And again, this has this kind of, South Node in Cancer can kind of talk about this self-sacrificial energy a little tiny bit. Yeah, and I feel like this is kind of what I'm picking up mostly with this Ships card. But I want to pull you guys a numerology guidance card and dig a little bit deeper, because now I'm really curious about this. I call it being spiritually nosy, and it's real. Okay, sorry, it's hard for me to shuffle on camera. I do my best. Ooh, okay. I don't think this is it, though. I think it's this one. Okay. So, you guys got... Yeah, wow. Okay, domestic harmony. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to do it so you guys don't get the glare. Yes, domestic harmony. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So again, Cancer usually rules the 4th house. This is all about house and home, right? Again, I feel like there's this energy of being in a community, like a position of leadership within a community. And I feel like this is embodying your divine feminine energy as well within this like, and I do feel like it's a small community, so this might be kind of referencing like more tribal society and tribal living, or just like smaller communities. And it feels like there was this, again, there's like, there are newcomers or there are visitors, there are new people and who are unfamiliar with your community's ways of living daily life, of doing things. And I do feel like there was this attempt to be welcoming. There was this attempt to integrate them. That's the word, integrate. To integrate these newcomers into your community, into your way of life. And I feel that this did not go well. And I feel like, again, there's this very much this like self-sacrificial energy, especially where this is a very, like I said, divine feminine energy. So whether you incarnated as, a particular gender, this isn't really talking about your actual like gender identity and expression at the time. This is really talking about the energy. This is very like empowered, divine feminine kind of energy I'm picking up here. And I feel like that was not well received by newcomers. Sorry, I'm just looking at what I got here. Oof, I'm tipping that so you can see. There we go. And I also want to say too, excuse me, we have 46 here, so that reduces to a 10. And 10s are always about the completion of a cycle. And so this is why I feel like whatever this is, there are unresolved emotions that are coming up in this lifetime. So you may find that themes regarding like, excuse me, these themes, especially regarding house and home, regarding how you nurture yourself and nurture other people, because again, I'm getting very self-sacrificial energy here. I feel like this is coming up for completion in this lifetime with the 10. Yeah, so I'm going to pull you guys some tarot because I want to dig a little deeper. I feel like I almost have the pieces, but let's see what we got. I am using the Herbcrafter's tarot. It is absolutely stunning. I highly recommend it. And let's just see what comes up for you guys. That was this one. All my decks are going to be linked in the description box down below, by the way, in case you are interested. Oh no, it goes like this. Sorry, sometimes I can't tell until I've already gotten into it. Okie dokie. So, you guys got... Can you see that? Okay. So, this is the 7 of Wands reversed. We have the... Let me see. This would be the King of Cups. Oh, yeah, and the 6 of Cups. Okay. Okie dokie. So I feel like, all right, I'm going to throw this out here. Something I'm kind of picking up on. So we have the King of Cups, right? This is masculine water energy. First of all, some of you may have incarnated in this lifetime that we're referring to as a masculine person. But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. What I kind of feel like is happening is I almost kind of get this feeling that there were settlers, there were like newcomers, and they kind of like, you tried to integrate them into the community, and I kind of feel like there was this like forced cohabitation, right? So maybe you were forced to marry somebody, or forced to have a family with somebody, or forced to share a home with somebody. There is this like forced sharing of home and resources in particular. And with the Seven of Wands reversed, this is very much like, you know, being non-defensive, giving up the fight. So again, very self-sacrificial. And I feel like because we have the King of Cups right here too, I do feel like a bond was forged with the Six of Cups as well. This is like past life soulmate energy. I do feel like a bond was forged. You may have had children with this person. And like, I'm kind of just picking up the energy that like this is, that even though it wasn't what you wanted, even though it wasn't like, it feels like it was kind of not really your choice, you tried to make the best of it. Right? And I also feel like there's something here about really stifling your own honest emotional expression, because look, we have green, heart chakra, and blue, throat chakra, and we have green and blue right here. So I feel like what happened in this past life is really, again, this self-sacrificing in order to maintain domestic harmony. You may have, like I said, had children with this person and tried to make the best of it. Yeah, I feel like you tried to make the best of a bad situation, of an ugly situation. And I also feel like this is something where, again, you had clout in your community, and then when there are newcomers, or there is this you know, kind of shift in the population, shift in the community, you lost some of that, right? Because I'm thinking about, this would put your North Node in Capricorn, and this is, you know, that 10th house energy of really being a boss and building your legacy. And I feel like you didn't get the chance to do that. I feel like that was taken away from you. So let's pull some more tarot and kind of dig a little bit deeper about how this might be kind of, coming out now. Wow, you guys, I didn't even have to shuffle. Look at this. Okay, so we have we have the Ten of Cups. We have the Judgment card reversed. And we have the Strength card reversed. Okay. Let me just get these all straightened out right here. Sorry, aesthetic is not my strong suit, so I'm always like not lining things up or having to move stuff around. It's not what I'm good at. I apologize. Okay, we got this. So first of all, with the Strength card here, we have some Leo energy. That may apply in your situation, but it certainly doesn't have to. Yeah, what I kind of feel like is that I feel like there is this, you know, with the Judgment card, excuse me. First of all, I want to mention we have another 10 right here. So I thought that was really interesting. But there is this desire with the 10 of Cups to have this emotional fulfillment and this happiness that I feel like was denied to you prior. In this past lifetime, and this is especially all about having a happy home and family. There is this desire to create this happy home and family, and you may have been able to achieve that, even due to some, even despite some difficult circumstances. But I feel like there was something that you didn't get the chance to do. So maybe it's that you did manage to make a happy home and family life. It was like there was this happiness, there was this goal, but there's something missing, I feel like, because we have the Judgment card, right? And it's reversed, and this can really talk about an opportunity coming back around again. potentially, and really needing to, because this is like the energy of awakening, right? So this can talk about an opportunity coming back around and really needing to see the value. This could also talk about needing to trust your own judgment. But really what I'm feeling here is that when this is upright, this can talk about hearing your spiritual calling. And I feel like, again, there's this shamanistic vibe here, where I feel like you were in a position of spiritual authority and you never got the chance to fully act on that, or to fully, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's like you never got the chance to really fully own your power. And I feel like that's why, because the Judgment card reverse, something else I'm also getting here is that with these three together, I almost feel like, try to make sure you can see them. There we go. I almost feel like there is this, like, you might be torn between wanting this kind of 10 of Cups energy of, like, you know, a happy home, of, like, you know, long-term, like, life partner and family, things like that. There's this desire for total emotional fulfillment. But with the Judgment card reverse and the Strength card reverse and the Cancerian South Node, I feel like it might not be uncommon for many of you to kind of picture this idea of ultimate happiness as, like, you know, maybe marriage and family, or like this, you know, having a happy home, being surrounded. But I feel like that's not the full picture, right? I feel like there's this gnawing feeling within many of you that there's something you need to do, or there's something that it's like a question you have to answer, and you might not even know what this question is yet. And that's what this is talking about. This is talking about getting to own your power, getting to really answer your spiritual calling that you did not get the chance to answer before. And with the Strength card reverse, this is something you've been waiting for a long time. But with the Strength card reverse too, I also get this kind of vibe that in this lifetime, there might be a lot of hesitancy to pursue this other path. And with the 10 of Cups too as well, you may already kind of, you know, have a lot going on, have like a full home and family, and not really know how you could pursue this other thing, right? So this, and this doesn't have to necessarily be spiritual leadership or family, but this is that there's this Capricorn energy of, like, wanting to be, you know, known for this thing that you love doing, wanting to be at the top of your game, at the top of your field, in whatever this situation is. And the reason why is because this is part of your spiritual path and part of your life purpose and your calling. And so there may be kind of like this feeling of being torn between these two paths, right? And again, with the Strength card reversed as well, I feel like there is this, because I'm really drawn to the fact there's honey on this card, and then there's also garlic. So it's like this weird mixture of savory and sweet. It feels like there is these two parts of yourself, these two paths you could be taking, and needing to decide which one is the truest to you, needing to really dig deep into who you are, and to, sorry, I'm just shifting where I'm sitting. Ooh, my bones. Needing to really dig deep toward who you are and decide what is a good fit for you personally. And coming out under the 6 of Cups, I feel like this cycle from this past life is drawing to a close or coming up for healing, so you can be released from that and you can explore whatever this is. And whatever this is, I want to mention, this is something where it feels like a calling. It feels like, you know, with the 10 of Cups here, there's contentment, there's happiness in whatever your situation might be currently, but there's something where it's nagging at you. You want to know, you have to know. And this is because in this past life, you sacrificed some of your own happiness as well as your own power in order to help guide, nurture, and lead others. And now is the time for you to have those questions answered for yourself. So I'm going to pull you guys a couple of cards of advice before I let you go. Is it? No, it's not that one. Oh, it's this one, you guys. Okay. Okie dokie. So you guys got, oh nice, okay, so you have the 3 of Pentacles and, okay, yeah, and the 3 of Swords. So you have 2 3s. So again, with this King of Cups coming out as well, I feel like this is directly involving at least one other person. Yeah, okay. So what I'm kind of picking up on from this is that it feels like there is this desire to co-create with spirit. There's this desire to pursue this spiritual path, right? Because the 3 of Pentacles usually shows 3 people who are helping to build a cathedral. And so it feels like there is this desire, and again with the path here too. And it's like with all the raspberries, it's like you're being led down this path, right? There's this sweetness, there is this abundance, there is this pull forward, and this desire to co-create this opportunity. To co-create this opportunity with spirit. But there's also this 3 of Swords here, and I feel like this is kind of what's getting in the way. This is heartbreak. This is something that is weighing really heavily on your mind, something that is it's painful. So I feel like there is this fear of making this decision with the Judgment card reversed. There is this fear of choosing between this path that you feel so called to, for fear of there being this 3 of Swords energy of just like heartbreak. And 3 of Swords especially, it's very difficult because it is emotional, but it's also mental energy, so it's where you're like rehashing it over and over and over again. And it's not really productive, nor is it very fun. And so I feel like there's this fear. And this may be kind of something where it's like, I want to go pursue this thing. I have the opportunity, but I don't know why I'm afraid. This is why, because I feel like in this past life, there is, again, this self-sacrificial energy, and this may have been for kind of like perceived safety as well. It's like this idea of keeping the peace domestically, keeping a happy home, lest, again, with the 7 of Wands reversed as well, like keeping a happy home is in your best interest is kind of the feeling that I'm getting. And so there may be this kind of like this sort of like fear going on, and this like heartbroken feeling of really wanting to pursue this path but not being sure how to. And I kind of want to pull you guys one more card of advice because it doesn't feel completely done yet before I close the reading. Oh, you guys, it's this one. Oh, it's this one. Okay, but does it go like that? No, it goes like this. Okay, ready? Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm so glad I did. So we have the High Priestess. That's awesome. Yeah, I love this so much. So with this High Priestess, this is really saying to follow your intuition, follow the breadcrumbs, follow the path that Spirit is laying out for you, because this is meant for you, right? And especially the High Priestess is incredibly intuitive, incredibly psychic. So really follow your intuition because it's leading you somewhere that you're meant to go. So I think that is everything that I have for you today, my sweet little love bugs. I hope this has been helpful. If you need help with your specific situation, feel free to check out my Etsy shop. Link is in the description box down below, or DM me if you're looking for a custom reading, because I'm happy to make those for you. I love you all, and I'm wishing you all of the best and the most beautiful things that life has to offer. Take care.